Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Back again for another episode. Standing on the tower onto these glass panes here, so I have to be careful not to fall from them, even though the height is not so high. But if I fall that way onto the sand below, many floors below, then it could be worse than just falling onto this glass right here. Anyways, before starting any work, what I'd like to do is first of all open my inventory, where I've got plenty of glass, it so seems, as well as some glass panes still left, though I will need many more, since you can see in the background of the crafting grid of the inventory tab, only one layer of glass windows has been put into place. What I'll do is very quickly make more of those. Not sure what's the recipe. Yeah, I said I'm not sure, but I know it quite well by now, so I immediately made it properly, and now I can make some glass pane. I would like to call it glass windows, so from now on I'll just call them windows. So I want to make some glass windows. I've got almost 4 stacks. This one is not fully, it's not a full stack, so 3.5 stacks, as well as still some glass left over. Yeah, that's good. Let's keep placing the windows. I've been in the middle of placing this second row of glass windows, but you know, a very difficult thing about this work is that you have to really pay attention here. The thickness of these windows is super, like it's really thin, so to place your cursor over it and be able to add another layer on top of it, on top of the already existing window, sometimes is kind of difficult, especially when it is so bright outside. I would imagine that maybe if there was no sunlight it would be easier, but for now this is kind of slow. I wanted to say painful, but it's fine really. It's going at quite a decent pace here. Now I'll start with the third, oopsie, misplaced one of those. Now I will start with the third window row. Now I have to kind of decide how high I want this to be. I think about 5 or 6 blocks would be nice. So still quite a lot more to go, and I think I will be I will have to go back to the surface, to the ground floor, exit the tower, and go over to the sandstone pit to dig some additional sandstone, from which I will make sand to smelt into glass and then turn into the glass windows or glass slabs for placing these on here, because I will run out of them very fast and I still need to place quite a lot of them. Let's quickly open inventory again. I've got 2.5 stacks and not too many blocks of glass left here. This is not going to allow me to place additional 3 rows of glass windows, as well as add glass slabs on top of it, because I want the entire floor almost to be out of glass. I will need a lot of it, which is fine, to be honest. I have quite a large amount of coal in my chest downstairs in the dungeon. I think that will allow me to smelt quite a lot more of that sand without running into any shortages or anything like that. I just have to climb back down to what was it, maybe floor number 7 or possibly number 8, into the storage area underground, and take what I need for the smelting procedures. Here I am, almost done with the 3rd row, starting the 4th one here. Very nice. This is going much quicker than I was expecting after the first impressions, since I've placed quite a lot more of those glass windows and kind of got into this groove, you could say. Even it's getting faster and faster. I think you're just slowly holding shift and looking directly at the window. You place as many as you... oh wait, got confused for a second. You try to place as fast as you can, and I feel like I'm getting faster somehow. It feels to me that I am placing it faster, but I was not really looking at the time or anything. That means I could not tell you for sure if it's getting any faster, or maybe it is just my imagination here. At the corner I'll have to carefully place, you know, when I place a corner here and then I try to walk over the next window while holding shift, I cannot. Somehow it does not let me, so I have to stop pressing shift, then walk over, and then I can keep pressing shift once again. And you may be even asking, but why are you pressing button shift? Well, that's because shift allows you to balance on the complete edge of the block without falling, so you're pretty much standing on the technically the last pixel that you could be standing on. Yeah, so it's some sort of a protection from falling, I suppose. But I believe it's called, what is it called? It's called left shift sneak. It's called sneaking. So yeah, maybe it's not protection, it's just sneaking. Yep. Anyways, on to the fifth row of glass windows. I'll be trying to place the remainder of these that I have in my inventory really quickly, and then try and make my way down and exit the tower. That way I can see what's the situation like in the furnaces, as well as the chests possibly, but I think the only place where I have any possibility of any extra glass is most likely in the furnaces themselves. So since I've already checked the storage area for those goodies, I don't think I can find glass anywhere else except the smelters, also known as furnaces. I don't know, maybe calling the furnace a smelter would be easier. Saying furnace is quite difficult. It's difficult to pronounce, I believe. Oh, look at that. I think it's getting darker. Oh, it's definitely getting darker. That was quick. It was just so bright a minute ago, and now I can already see the outline that the torches provide to the nearby blocks, where it's bright around them but dark everywhere else. That's nice. It's kind of, as I expected, it's kind of easier to see here now that we've got the artificial light providing some illumination. Very nice. Got almost 5 rows of glass here. Jumping down, since it's only 4 blocks high, I did not take any damage. Yeah, I believe we need at least 2 or at least 1 more block to add on top of this. Let's descend the stairs. I mean, you couldn't even say that it's climbing. That's like a very quick descent. The staircase is so steep. Nice, back at my smelters. Wow, look at this. Oh my, I've got so many blocks of glass in here. I'm surprised. What's this? I've got 4 stacks of glass here. Exactly, in fact, exactly 4 stacks. Let's place the remainder of these things into the smelter here, so I can take it later on. Maybe split it half 50-50 and then let the other smelters take some workload as well, since I can see some of them do not have enough coal to smelt an entire stack. Look, we are looking kinda good here. I think with this glass I may be able to finish the floor, but not necessarily. As I said, I would prefer to get at least 2 more blocks on top of 5, so 7 in total, though my initial plan was making 6 blocks high wall out of glass, but you know, I'll go with more, so yeah. Here I go, crafting some glass windows very quickly, and then let's use all of this glass that I've had. Should be nice. I mean, you can craft a lot of glass windows from a relatively small amount of glass, so it's a good item for wait, what's going on? Did I miss something? Oh yeah. Nice. I think we are good now. So here I am finishing the 5th row. Yeah, I just completed it. So now I'm starting with the 6th one, which was by my initial plan the last one, but now that I've seen it, how 5 blocks look, I kind of want to make it up to 7. So 1 more after this. I will quickly go all around this tower and make sure there is no skipped blocks and no empty spaces when I climb back down. I'll try to diligently complete the work without any mistakes, and preferably without falling off of this. Would be very nice and good. Yeah, this is still quite fast. even though I thought that, you know, being in the darkness, well, relative darkness compared to the daylight, being in the darkness would provide a benefit to my placing speed. But if I have to be honest, after placing a bunch of these windows in the darkness, well, relatively speaking, it's worse. I think I would prefer the sunlight. It's kind of maybe even more difficult to see than it was before, which is funny because when there was the sunlight was when the sunlight was providing all of the light and just making sure that I see everything, I suppose, I thought that maybe it's too much. But now that it's less, now that the sun is not here, I believe that maybe I missed the sun. So if you could come back at any moment. Yeah, very nice. Got my 6th block up and completed. On to the last one. 7th block of glass windows. 7th circle of glass window is coming right up. We'll quickly go around once again for possibly the last time, but then again I still have to place, or do I? I wonder. Oh yeah, I do. Anyway, I'll show you what I had in mind very quickly at any moment now. Well, maybe not at any moment, maybe possibly after 2 minutes or so. That's because I first off have to finish what I've started, and that is this 7th circle of glass windows. Do not worry, I'm trying my best here. It's very difficult to see, to be honest, and I'm still like, it's pretty good. The way it's so difficult to place those in with almost no light at this point, I think I'm doing quite a good job here. And the finish line is in sight. Just a few more windows placed and I can switch onto another type of block, which is going to be glass slabs, I believe. Just quickly get some more windows. I crafted a bit too many of them, but I can just place those in the chests for later use. That's not a big problem here or anything. Nice. I think I'm at the end. Oh my, it's so difficult to see. Good. Oh, one more. Yeah, one more. Nice. Yep, got everything done. Time to... No, or do I have to climb back down? I believe not. What I have to do now is do this. Just like that. Yep. And the sun is coming through. I can see it here from the horizon. It's rising. It's almost above the sand pillar, which was one of the first buildings that I've built in my beach. That's cool. Kinda nice to see it from so high up. Let's see how many blocks of glass slab I've got. Not too many, in fact, only 12. I'll need more, most likely, at least 2 stacks if I had to guess. But let's see. Got myself 2 stacks, and what I need to do is pretty much the same as I've been doing at the bottom. So placing 3 of these glass slabs like so. Oh no. I have to place not the glass slab, I need a glass block. Or do I? Yeah, something is not right. You know, the problem is that if I place it like that, then the things will float. I have to address that. I still got quite a decent amount of glass blocks. You know, we'll see about it. We'll see what happens, but for today, this is enough, I think.